Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of chilled, relaxed plant content where we talk about our plants and we just try to grow them how we want to, the best we can. So if that's something you can relate to or you're interested in doing some planty stuff, hit the subscribe button. Let's be plant friends. So today I'm going to be showing you my Hoya propagations that I've had in water the longest. They all have roots, and some of them we're going to be potting up into 4-inch pots, and then there's like 5 vessels of propagations that I think I'm just going to give to a coworker because I have a lot of the plant already, and I'm running out of space and pots. So a coworker of mine said she's interested in plants, so I'm going to like offload some of her propagations, some of my propagations onto her. So yeah, I will switch up the angle with you. We'll probably wrap up the roots of the propagations I'm going to be giving away first, and then we'll pot up the plants that I want to keep. All right, so this is my table of chaos. That's what I'm calling it. And I have just a wet paper towel right here and like a Ziploc bag. I'm just going to wrap the plant's roots in the paper towel and kind of just put them in a Ziploc bag. Put some air in the Ziploc bag and just transport them that way. And I'm going to do that because it's easier for me. And yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, so I'm just going to scoop them up and I'll show you. These are the roots. There are 4 pieces of Hoya compacta. So that'll be the first little bundle of plants. Okay, and really all I try to do is I try to get as much of the roots into the wet napkin as I can. This like branch is in the way. There we go. So that's really all I try to do. Just kind of tuck them in so that they stay hydrated. These plants have been in water for many, many, many months. So, I mean, it is what it is. But we have that, so that's the first one done. All right, the next one, let me get another piece of paper. I guess we'll wrap up. This one has a little bit of Chelsea too. All right, so we'll wrap that. We can wrap them separate. We'll just rip this. Okay. So I'll try to pull out just the Chelsea. Here we go. I think this is all just Chelsea. No, this piece is the queen, the princess. It's just reverted, so we'll put that with the princess. But these are the Chelsea cuttings. There's 2 of them. These are what the roots look like for that, and we're just gonna wrap her up. It does look like a lower node is starting to activate and like push out growth, so that's interesting. So that's happening underwater currently, but we'll see. So we got that. All right, the next one we will do the princess. They have a lot of roots. All right, we'll get a whole piece of paper for that one. Okay, it's like soaked, but it's okay. All right, so we got that. We'll wrap this one. And this one, and then we're going to put the little variegated piece in there with it. The reverted piece, not variegated piece. And then we're going to just wrap it up as best as we can. And that'll be this one done. All right, so I have 5. Ooh, okay. I had 6. I guess I had 6. I thought okay. All right, we can figure it out. All right, so I'm going to wrap. This is the incrustada that I have. It's got this big old tendril coming out with all these little baby leaves. I'm like tempted to keep it, but my current incrustada is doing really well, and the pot is full. So I'm just gonna give them away. And the roots on this one look like this. Bunch of roots. They're not as long, but that's okay. They are very well rooted. Look at all that. It's got some sun stressing. We got like a whole bunch of little baby leaves growing in. All of these little baby leaves. Yeah, this is a cute little starter plant. Alright, and then I have two more. I have the Obscura, which is, I got this huge, this cutting has taken off growing. And then I have a whole bunch of Crimson Princess. So, and also these plants are also very welly. The plants that I have of this are already growing very well. I have multiples of the Queen, and I'm out of space. So, alright, so these are what the roots look like on this. I'm going to just go like this and kind of wrap her around and just do that. It should be alright. We're going to put it in a paper bag to kind of keep it all together. This one probably should have like a full piece of paper, but I don't feel like getting up again. Look at all those roots. We're just going to scoop them best we can and wrap it. Alright, here we go. Okay, it's not too bad. Alright, so I got that. We can pop them into the Ziploc bag that I got right here. And we're just going to kind of toss them in as best we can. Ooh. And we're going to give my friend, my coworker, 5 new plants. So they're all pretty good, nice starters. Try not to break off any of these baby leaves. Alright, this one. I don't know if they're all going to fit in here, but we're going to make them all fit in here because I don't feel like getting up again. Okay. I'm going to just throw them in. Let's see if I can zip it up without crushing stuff too much. Leave a little spot at the end. And blow it up so it's got some air in there. It'll stay nice and humid for the roots while it's in there. And that'll be it. Maybe I'll write on the bag what the Hoyas are that are in here so she kind of knows. But this is it. Yeah. Alright. Alright. So I've set up the pottings, the potting station, and I think I'm going to start off with this pot. I've kind of started some soil in all of them, put some in. This is my Hoya Cardiophylla, and all of the plants, these 4 plants anyway that I'm going to be showing you next, I actually had to start over because they had started out as imports, and they grew for a while and they were great. But they came imported in like the cocoa husk, and I didn't remove them from these plants. And so after a while, I think what happened is the cocoa husk rotted the root, the stem that it was surrounded by. And so like you would pull out the plant and look at it and the roots look great. But then when you got to the base of the plant or the, where that cocoa husk was, that part had rotted off. So the roots that were below it were great, but it had started rotting the stem. So then, like, the roots couldn't get the water to the plant and, it started dying. But I was able to take cuttings of these 4 plants and kind of bring them back. So this is the Cardiophylla. This is the original leaf from when I imported it. It's stuck around. I've lost a bunch of other leaves, but this one stayed. And she's put out a bunch of new leaves. This is, like, one of the newer ones down here. We have a brand new stem. How do I show you that? Up top, she's putting out new leaves at the tippy top, it looks like. It's a nice solid green Hoya. It does, when it first comes in, you can see the venation, but it does kind of fade a little bit. And it's a good, nice, it's a nice Hoya. I don't ever see this around anywhere, so I don't know. I'm going to put her in this pot. We're going to backfill her up. Oh, okay. Almost made a big old mess. What else is new? So let me get this like this. And then, yeah. So I'm excited that I was able to save these 4 plants, because I will tell you, for a lot of the plants that were in the same situation as this, where I like took cuttings, I tried, I got the cocoa husk off, those plants did not make it. I definitely lost more plants than I've rescued when it comes to like the cocoa husk issues. But I think these 4 now will do really well. And they'll eventually grow to be like nice big old plants, which is exciting. And then maybe one day I can actually get these guys to flower. That'd be really nice. But yeah. Is anybody out there, have you guys imported plants and have you had the cocoa husk situation that I have, or have they all come in perfectly beautiful and grown well and no drama, no issues? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, Hoya cardiophylla. I think I originally got this plant. Oh, I knocked off a piece of the tip, the growing tip, because we got the sap coming out. Wonderful. Anyway, I think I got this, I imported this plant either 2019 or 2020 or 2018. I've had this plant for a while. And yeah, but I'm confident we're going to be able to actually grow this plant and it live, we're hoping. So we got that one done. What else? The next one is my Hoya Potsii. And it's kind of like the same situation. Well, they all are the same situation. This one I was able to take more cuttings that survived. I actually have 5 cuttings here right now. They do have kind of long stems. This was a really large plant by the time there was an issue with like the cocoa husk. I'm like blanking. And so, I don't know. It's a little upsetting. I don't know, maybe the cocoa husk, I don't know. I feel like if it was living with the cocoa husk for so long, like why did it all of a sudden become an issue? I know I'm like an underwaterer, but I don't really underwater my Hoyas that much, that badly. But yeah, that one was... Alright, we're going to put this piece in last. It's my longest piece. All the other ones are 2-leaf cuttings. I thought about doing maybe like a giveaway, like trying to hold on to some of these to do a giveaway, but it's like a lot of work doing giveaways. It costs money to send things out, or like people will like apply for the giveaways but then not respond. I had that happen once, and so it's kind of just like, I don't know if I really want to do it. I'd rather just like, if I'm going to do something like that, like just send them a gift card or something. If I'm going to do like a gift, some type of gift giveaway type of thing, give them like a gift card to, you know, a plant shop that they can like order their own plant from and do that. Just because I think it's something I can send in the mail relatively cheap, or I could just like, you know, like email them a gift card. But yeah, so that's what this one is looking like. I did just get new soil, like a new bag of soil, and I didn't really have a lot of like amendments on me. I had charcoal, so I added charcoal to it, but there's not much else. There's a little bit of perlite in it, but I think it'll be all right. I think it's okay. So that's kind of like what it looks like. It looks a little bare in the middle, but it's fine. It'll fill itself out. Hoya Potsii. What we got going on. Real cute. Alright. The next plant. So the part of my motivation to finally pot these plants up is because I have cups of like my larger plants that I had recently cut up, and I need those cups back. I put them all in like just like drinking cups, and I have all of these water propagation vessels. They're the Starbucks glasses, you know. And I'm like, but I have all these older Hoyas with all these extra roots, so then, you know, I figured I would just give the stuff away that I had a whole bunch of, and then pot up the stuff finally. Alright, so this is my Hoya Joy. Another plant that I almost lost. This is one of the original leaves. I love this plant. And I was really upset when I figured out there was some root issues with this plant. But it looks like we're on the mend. It started growing a new leaf. This is like a brand new leaf right here. I don't know if that's focusing, but it's really cute. I'm very excited. And we're just gonna place them in, see if they'll stay, and pot it up. Yeah, I've definitely slowed down on buying plants in general. Partially because, you know, there's no space. Two, I don't know. I feel like there's like a lot of cultivars, and they kind of just look the same, you know, and then they'll have like a new cultivar all of a sudden released, and it'll be a lot of money, but it kind of like looks just like another plant, and it also will have like the same kind of flower and stuff like that. So I'm trying to not buy plants that are too much of like a duplicate to a plant that I already have, but also only buy plants that will like survive in my care, which is not always easy. So like thinner Hoyas I don't do too well with. You know, the smaller leaf Hoyas I don't do that great with. Look how pretty. I love it. I'll try to give you an up close view of right here. This. There we go. That's the newest leaf. I'm excited. It's gonna grow well, and we're gonna have a huge plant in no time. Alright. And then the last plant I'm gonna be potting up today is some cuttings of my Hoya Wyetii. And yeah, I don't know. I have a bunch of these cuttings too, so maybe I can give these away also. I don't know. Or I pot these up and then I give away the ones that I have rooting up. I don't know. Alright, we're just going to pot these up because we're here now. And these are what the roots look like. Really good. And we're going to just stick them in the middle and just kind of hold it and backfill it. And then this way, if the cuttings that I just took basically from my larger plant don't make it, I at least have this plant. The plants I gave away, like I have multiples already in pots, and you know, even if I lose like one plant of one of those older plants, like I have backups of that. This one, I have backup cuttings. I mean, they should all root. It's a very easy plant to root, obviously, but you know, just in case something happens, at least I have this plant already potted up and ready. This one has like some weird spots where the roots are growing. This plant will also put out a lot of aerial roots, I've noticed, so just trying to bury as much of those as I can while like not burying leaves. And sometimes it's a little difficult, but it's happening, I think. Okay, let's just kind of like push that piece down. Nope. some soil on it. Okay, I think this is good enough. I think. Hoya, it's kind of already starting to trail. It's like a nice little 4-inch pot. Hey guys, alright, so my camera battery died out. I have no idea when that happened, but I potted up all of the cuttings, so I guess I'll show you that in a little bit. There is one other little planty update I want to let you in on. My Hoya danumensis has finally kicked the bucket. I think I actually see little like growth points trying to come up onto it. I'm throwing it out. I'm so over this plant. If you've been around, you know this plant hated me. I hated it. It's a thinner leafed Hoya. It has really pretty blooms. They're like the larger bloomed Hoya, which would have been really cool, but I can't grow the thin leafed Hoyas. They don't like hanging out with me or live with me. So just a little planty update. We're getting rid of this guy. I'm gonna have a new pot for another Hoya soon, which is good, you know. And yeah, so let me take you around and I'll just show you like a little up close of the plants that I potted up, and that'll probably be it for this video. So let me know in the comments below, how long do you let your water propagation roots grow? Mine have been in water for like months, like too long, way too long, but it is what it is. Alrighty guys, until next time, relax, plant, peace out.